We are with Mr. Simon Fiquet, General Manager of Southeast Asia and India for Expedia. Mr. Fiquet, Expedia recently conducted a survey about the family travel. What was the purpose of the survey and which are the key findings?
So yeah, we at Expedia we conduct a lot of consumer surveys. Very important for us to understand what consumer wants when they travel, what are their preferences, their behaviors, so we can basically improve our products based on those insights. This specific survey focuses on family, so we conducted that survey across 28 countries globally, and 8 in Asia. We had 17,000 respondents, so it's a large number. It's about 400 per market. So the purpose was really to understand what drives decisions for family to travel together, what are they looking for, and then what can we learn from their behavior. So there are a lot of learnings we got from this survey. Obviously, the importance of family travels for people, that's one. And we realize even more than what we anticipated that especially in Asia, family travel is a big thing. It's also something that people get a lot out of, right? So for example, we asked people, do you agree that traveling with your family brings you closer to your family, right? And overwhelmingly we got a very high response that is yes in many countries, in particular Thailand, South Korea, and less so in other markets where people say those are less important part of our lives. We asked people, especially the respondents we had were parents, teens, or single adults. For the teens in particular, we asked them do those travels bring you closer to your siblings? And overwhelmingly, more than 90% of the teens we asked said that yes, they were bringing them closer to the siblings. In Thailand, in South Korea, it's actually 98%. It's actually an extremely high number. And all those insights, and we have more of those, help us to really help design our own product or own website to make sure that people, family travelers, find information they need to travel, to plan their travels, to feel safe and prepared for their next travels.
So what is the digital footpath of families when they decide to travel and how this differentiates among different cultures?
So we see stark differences. So for example, in Asia, if I focus on Asia, we see differences between markets like Thailand and South Korea, which are very family-centric. So more than 78% of teens and 58% of adults say they have traveled at least twice per year with their family last year. It's a big number. And that's different from Hong Kong, for example, where only 28% of travelers would have traveled twice with their family last year. We have examples as well of why people travel. I mentioned earlier about the importance of travel for them. You also see very differences between Northern Asian markets or markets like Thailand as well, where the importance of traveling with family is extremely important. And so the key learnings for us as well is how much we should focus on that family traveler segment in our different websites. In Expedia, we have websites on 75 countries globally. And so we also spend a lot of time to make sure that those experiences are very relevant in every market. So we try to use all those insights to bring to each individual website and make the website experience slightly different based on what we know about the consumers.
Which changes you identify to the digital buying behavior of the Thai millennials compared to international trends?
So the Thai millennials, obviously, I'd say just to step back, like 58% of millennials globally in the world are in Asia. So obviously for us, we work in Asia. That's a very, very important segment, and we have a lot of our customer base, more and more, we are millennials. They have specific needs. If you look at what we've learned from the millennial research we conducted a couple of quarters ago, we know that obviously they are looking for real experiences. They are very much influenced as well by their social media contacts as well by other consumer reviews, right? Those are big insights that tell us also how we should include some of those customer feedback, real reviews in the product. And so we spend a lot of time to build those functionalities so millennials can enjoy the power of sharing and recommendation from their friends. We try to integrate that into our own mobile app, but overall across the experience. One example I would give would be what we call real-time reviews. So we actually prompt now someone check in at a hotel. We send them an email message right away, ask them how was their experience checking in. And it's a very simple experience. You have a smiley face or a non so happy face, and you can just click and you can start giving feedback to us. And the value of that is obviously people feel that they are giving feedback real time and they're contributing. And then you can find all those insights on the website. But as well, that's an opportunity for us to give feedback to the hotel. And so the hotel, the concierge or the desk can get that feedback as well automatically and then try to answer the question of that guest right away. And this is a kind of experience, like real-time service that millennials really look for. And they want an authentic experience, but that really is about what exactly happens in the hotel, and they don't want to be tricked or fooled. So we really try to work on that aspect as well.
So how can Expedia help its partners to use the findings of your surveys to increase conversions?
So it's very important to understand which consumers are actually browsing our different websites. We have a lot of, obviously, growth in Asia with a lot more new customers coming online, millennials, others, booking hotels, booking flights. So if you understand who is there and what they're searching for, then you can make sure that your offer and your content is actually adapted to them. So I'll give you some examples. We know that, for example, Indian travelers are a big emerging segment, right? A lot more people want to travel outside of India, explore the world, and it's getting easier for them as well as the visa restrictions lift, right? And we know that those customers will have some expectation around food. Indian food, vegetarian or non-vegetarian option, they want to be able to find that in restaurants. So for hotels, that's a great insight that we can share with them because they have to be prepared for this new wave of customers and also be able to cater for the specific needs, which in this case could be food. There are examples as well of Middle East countries, growing in terms of travel as well. Well, expectation in terms of food as well, of specific religious needs, etc. So we try to provide those insights to partners so they can anticipate kind of the various consumer needs that they will have to cater for. In our case as well, we provide what it translates to is the hotel, for example, have a specific page on our site, right? They have description, they have photos, etc. We also have a lot of insights about what kind of photos, for example, people are interested to look at, right? So we actually give photograph guidelines to the hotels for them to tell them, well, based on the user research we've conducted, and we conduct a lot of those, we know that this is a kind of photograph that resonates better with people when they search for a hotel. So it's, for example, would be about it's important to have bathroom photos, actually. People search for bathroom photos because they want to make sure it's clean and neat and pretty, right? So outdoor locations, inspiring outdoor locations as well is quite important, as important as your room inside, right? So we have a lot of those insights. The order at which we present that as well is something that we know is important. So, and so that's about photos. We have also the same kind of insights about which information to display. So people, what are critical thing that people are searching for. Thai travelers, if they travel domestic, for example, will be looking for good location, cleanliness of the room, but also free Wi-Fi, free breakfast. So if you provide those, you want to make sure this information you give to us so we can put that on that page. So all this information help the conversion rate of the hotel on our website, because that will make people more comfortable to actually book.
So do you plan to conduct more surveys for various segments? And if yes, which segments you will be focusing next?
We actually are conducting a lot of surveys very regularly, every quarter, every 2 quarters. We haven't one yet planned, but so far we've looked at family travelers, as we talked about earlier, millennials. We looked also at overall generic behavior and travel, so we conducted surveys called flight etiquette, hotel etiquette, so what people like and don't like when they travel, and from other travelers. But we're going to find new interesting topics to explore, and we're still in the process of developing the next one.
Great, thank you very much.
You're welcome.